Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver
Bix Weir,
now.
road2Rita.com. Just a quick update before I get into the good stuff for today. Today is the last day. Midnight Pacific time is the last day we're giving out the Theta tokens on a paper wallet to private road members for a private road subscription or renewal. And currently it's 5 Theta, 50 T fuel, and 500 T drop. So if you want your Theta, renew your subscription or sign up and get all the exciting things behind the scenes. I will be talking to Miss Jenny Moonstone today. That will be posted on the private road probably later today or tomorrow morning. Lots to talk about on that front. And the next giveaway is Veritasium. Ooh, Veritasium, that ever elusive insurance coin, as I call it, because it's Reggie Middleton does have the patent for peer-to-peer crypto transactions. So everything almost is under Reggie's patent. How that will be enforced and whether or not he can get through the gauntlet of regulators and people suing him. And Larry Fink, the owner of, the CEO of BlackRock, is running around spouting how, BlackRock is going to turn all the trading floors into blockchain based. That is exactly what Reggie patented. So Mr. Fink, better talk to Mr. Middleton about stealing his patent. So yeah, you want one of those. So we start giving away Veritasium at midnight tonight. Make sure and tonight is the 20th of June. So make sure you get your renewal in if you want the Theta, or Veritasium goes on tomorrow, and that will run, depends on how long Veritasium is being slammed down. So that could end quickly, and we will move on to the next one after that. So we do give away stuff for private road subscription. It's $2.99 for a year, less than $1 a day. For all the behind-the-scenes stuff, you have access to the entire inventory of discussions and interviews and all that good stuff. Anyway, big day tomorrow for all you derivative players. Tomorrow's OPEX will be the largest ever. Opens window of weakness as Gamma unclenches. Goldman's John Marshall estimates that tomorrow's option expiration will be the largest ever, with over 5.1 trillion of notional options expiring, driven by a record 870 billion in notional in single stock options. What could go wrong? 5.1 trillion of derivatives are expiring tomorrow. And remember, derivatives, there's a winner and a loser. So someone's going to lose a lot, and someone's going to win a lot. And a lot of them just cancel each other out, but a lot don't. And then it's like, who can deliver upon the expiration? And, at the end of the day, when the tide goes away, who's got the clothes on? I think a lot of people are swimming naked right now. Speaking of naked shorting, silver back up above $30. Woohoo! Wait till it won't be long before I say, silver back up above $300. Yes, it will go to $300 easily when it breaches 50. 50 is the 1980 all-time high. And it was only stopped by the COMEX changing the rules. It would not have stopped. It would have just kept going. But that, a lot of the rigging operations happens at the COMEX, also the LBMA. And there are new exchanges opening up around the world, the largest being in Hong Kong, Shanghai exchange, and India has a massive new exchange now too. So India and China want massive amounts of silver for their solar projects. Absolutely. Solar is the big scapegoat. Let's call it a scapegoat for those who want to destroy the United States of America by destroying the criminal banks that rig the markets. They say, hey, why do you think Janet Yellen ran over to China just freaking out? It's because silver is running out, and China is just soaking it up and making those solar panels like they're nothing. Going out of style. We're going to double again this year, and all the idiots who said solar's dying this year, and they've taken all the silver out of the solar panels now. There's no reason to take silver out of any solar panel at $30. There might be reason at $300, but there's probably no reason until you get to $100. So there's no thrifting going on in the solar industry. That's a big lie. Fostered by the Silver Institute, Metals Focus. I've talked to both of them about this lie, and they both claim, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, Bix." And of course, Jeffrey Christian run around throwing out that lie. So, yeah, what do? Why would you thrift silver out of solar panels when you're going to make it less efficient? And oh, by the way, silver's the same price as it was. It's below the price it was in 50 years ago. So yeah, there's no reason to thrift silver, so they're not gonna. The riggers and the helpers of the riggers, the regulators and the people within the industry are going to say, yeah, there's no silver left. Although the silver paste manufacturers are doubling and tripling. And everybody is expanding their solar. And I don't care what anybody else says. It's obvious to anybody who follows this industry that it is booming still. And will continue to boom throughout the next decade if they can find the silver. And one day that silver spigot will absolutely cut off. You won't know the price of silver one day. Probably after it hits 50, it'll go to 75 and 100, and everybody's going, what? Wait, I have to get some silver. Sorry, you can't get it at any price. That's what we're headed to. So you got to have it in your own possession. If you don't have a local guy, always start with a local guy. That's the guy you're going to be selling your silver to as it goes to $2,000, $3,000 an ounce. Your local silver dealer. Get on with it. If there isn't one or you don't trust him, make sure you talk to a few before you find one you trust. You can use ours, Andy Scheckman at Miles Franklin. Just go to send them an email, info at Miles Franklin, MILESFRNKLIN.com, and they will send you their inventory sheet. My recommendation at this tenuous time is to buy what they have in inventory. I think they have pre-65 coinage too, which and the premiums have come down. So yeah, that's my favorite, by the way, pre-65 coinage. Harder to counterfeit, and if you do counterfeit, it's not only fraud laws. It falls into the counterfeit currency laws, which are much steeper than just fraud. And yes, there's going to be a lot of fraud when the people look at their 100-ounce silver bars and go, is that real silver? Do I drill into it? What do I do? How about a 100-ounce gold bar? That's crazy, right? No one's going to drill into it, so you don't know what's inside it. And the scratch and sniff test does not work. When people scratch the gold, they're just scratching the surface. You know how easy it is to make a silver or gold fake bar with just a surface coating? It's very easy. So there are ways. You can drill holes, but then who's going to drill a hole into their gold bar? I don't know, my friends. It's going to get ugly. One of my favorite posts that I did, articles I did, written article, and you can find it at roadruda.com, by the way, is about what to do, how to move forward. We're going to have to shut down all the exchanges, these criminal exchanges, stop dealing derivatives, start dealing in the real thing, spend actual money for physical silver. That's how a market, a true market, should be valued, not futures and options traded on the COMEX. It's a joke. And as a matter of fact, here is part of the joke. Yesterday, volume 94,000 contracts, which is 450 million ounces, something like that, in a day, in a single day. It's a joke. These are futures and options, banks, literally a handful of banks trading back and forth with each other to rig the price. That's all it is. But that's all we got. Harvey Organ, keep up the great work, my friend. These are the exchange for physicals. June is going to be another big month. This will be 4 big months in a row. Right now, sitting at 65 million. These are contracts bought on the COMEX and sent over to London for delivery, one presumes. And that's what that mechanism was for. And they've been doing about a billion ounces a year of this. This year looks like, I think we're on track for 1.4 billion, which is massive, a massive jump if these are real physical deliveries. And people need physical silver all around the world, especially for solar, for electric cars, silver is used in absolutely everything. But solar is the big consumer right now, and it's not stopping. It is doubling. And they aren't thrifting silver out. Oh my God. The other thing I'm excited about, Theta is so low in price. If you're looking to, say you got in at $15 at the absolute peak a couple years ago, and you're pissed off, Great time to dollar cost average. Get as much theta and theta fuel. Those are the future. Theta and theta fuel, what they are doing is more important than what Nvidia is doing. The largest corporation in the world, supposedly now by market cap, right here. Of the world's trillion-dollar companies in one chart, Nvidia is the largest now with $3.34 trillion in market cap all of a sudden. And Theta is literally putting all the Nvidia together to make a massive offering. It's just completely so different. And this is good for Nvidia, what Theta is doing, because it's going to put all the Nvidia chips together that aren't being fully capacitated. Is that a word? Capacitated? Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff over at Theta Labs. And it literally will change, has the potential to change your financial future. Michelle White Dove had Theta going into the thousands. At the time, I was like, so what? She's just the best psych in the world. What does she know? What does she know, right? And then it went from 4 cents to $15, and we're all, maybe she did know something. But I didn't see it back then, how far it could go. How could it get to 1,000? And then all of a sudden, they said, well, since we're sharing broadband, we can share hard drives, we can share CPU capacity, we can share everything that's on a computer, and then it's a software download on your phone at some point, and then all of a sudden, 4 billion people are out there playing with the Theta Edge node, earning Theta Fuel. I think it was Hitomi had it as universal basic income for, at least for Africa. So did Dick Allgaier. It's going to be very big in Africa. Why? Because you can bypass the infrastructure. Africa doesn't have infrastructure. They leapfrog technology. They have cell phones, amazingly. And those cell phones can run an edge node at some point, and that's kind of a great way to distribute the universal basic income is earn it. Earn it on your phone. So that's what we're getting to. We're not there yet, but that's what's coming. And Theta Fuel. I think with the June 26th introduction of like bonus rewards for those who are helping out with the AI project and staking an elite edge node, I think we're going to see it. Right now, I think the ratio is 22 to 1. Theta to Theta Fuel, I think it'll get down maybe 10 to 1. As people say, oh my God, yeah, I can earn 28% if the AI functionality is humming at full speed on my Theta instead of just 7% for an elite edge node. But you'd have to run it yourself. So I think there will be some shift from Theta over to Theta Fuel for that purpose. But we'll find out, right? We're 6 days away from that next major release from Theta Labs, and they just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. But right now, if you stake T-Fuel, you're looking at 6.8% return, and that'll get bumped up. I don't know what to, depending, and depending on how long you hold your stake in there. A lot of people are like, Bix, why do you keep talking about this? Because I think it's important. That's why. I think silver is important too. The silver story I've been talking about for, 30 years now? No, 24 years, 25. About 2000, I got into gold and silver. I was working with GATA, the Gold Antitrust Action Committee, on getting rid of the banking cabal. Little did we know our government was involved as well, but now we do know it. Everybody knows it. All right, so that's what's going on at the moment. Again, this is the last day. If you're interested in getting yourself some Theta and you don't know anything about it, we're giving away with every private road subscription, and I'll be posting the Jenny Moonstone discussion. We'll be talking about silver. We'll be talking about the new Theta T-Fuel and the booster. We'll be talking about a lot of good stuff about the election, and we'll get the scoop from the heavens above with Jenny Moonstone. This is Bix Weir. I'll talk to you later.